sister, this woman, and her husband Thomas, and they had no children. And
So Greta is a daughter of Anne.
a daughter of Annie's, yeah.
And no kids.
They had no children.
And her sister's over here. Where's the sister?
There's her sister there, Bridget Canany, and her husband Tom. And both of them died of breast cancer. Yeah. And they have another sister buried down here that was never married. I'll show you her grave. And she died of cancer. And I have another sister buried in Muckla, which is maybe 5 miles from here. She was killed. She was married and she had no children. There's no descendants.
So that's it, there's no descendants of anything.
Annie
That's
only
mad.
has out of I think 7 children. Annie only has 3 grandchildren.
Oh,
Only one daughter had children.
That's mad, isn't it?
Yeah.
How did the other daughter die?
That time,
Especially when they were all big families.
Yeah.
Whatever, yeah.
Well, they're married, but they're no children for some reason.
How did the daughter die? Do you know?
She was killed in a car accident.
Alright.
I talked to her 5 minutes because I was getting married at the weekend. And she was killed on a Thursday, and I was getting married the following Monday. It was
Oh,
the
jeez.
called the Monday. And I called into her to make sure her and her husband were coming to the wedding. And she got into the car. She said, "I'm going in to get him his medication." She drove down the road about half a mile, and a first box broke away from the Jeep and plowed into her. Yeah, 83.
Just
There's my father. There.
stone's gorgeous, isn't it?
And I always say you should always have your space ready because you never know when you're going to go. So next door is no, I'm not going there. Next door is mine. I have it ready.
Well, now it's gas,
And
and here now you can't buy one.
No, you
Can't
can't.
have it ready,
You can't do it here now either.
Yeah.
No, you
You
can't.
have to be
You're
dead
just
before.
You know, you're in with all the crowd that had it all sorted, you see, that's all it is. Jesus, no. I always think it's the most morbid thing that happened and Danny's been saying before the other day. And then it is terribly sensible to have it ready and know, like, but now you can't.
I got married in '83, and as you can see, my father died in '86. And the week after my father died, I bought that day. And my wife came home from work, and I said to her, "I bought land today." She said, "You did?" I said, "I did. I bought a piece of land and I have it paid for." She said, "Why are you doing buying land?" And then when I told her about that, we were only 3 years married. She nearly had a stroke over it.
Oh my God.
So I've been raking the chippings over that for the past 30 years over myself.
Keep me ready.
You never know when you need it.
And that's it.
You know? I put my carbon all around it in case anyone will
And
take
as I
it.
say, Pop was the same. Pop had the curve around. But the only thing was at the end,
small.
he had book.
Yes, he had book written.
And
Oh, yes, I remember thinking it was the freakiest thing in the world. Like,
and he was delighted because I never forget it at the time when he retired. He bought young John because they were after rearing my John.
Yes.
Because my marriage had broke up.
Yeah.
And they reared John from when he was 3 or something like that. And he bought John a PlayStation out of his money when he retired. And he bought
Commodore 64, which are PlayStation.
PlayStation wasn't invented then. That was.
whenever he brought me out to show him this and that. Nothing. And there it is, my name is on it, the whole, and it ended up he was never putting it. At the end,
I wanted to put up a headstone, just a headstone identical to that one with no name on it.
Yeah.
You know, obviously.
It's so creepy, I love it.
My wife wouldn't let me. No way.
Enough is enough.
No, I just wanted to put the
Yeah,
cross
yeah.
on
You
in
want to
loving
be the
memory
same,
of and
yeah,
put
yeah.
Conroy in the bomb and just put it there. I want an identical headstone to that. No way. She wouldn't have it.
It's kind of signed and sealed.
You'll get one yet, Ben. You'll get one yet. You get one someday.
You know now what I want.
Yeah, that's it.
Oh, good Lord. Now, there's another few first cousins of your dad's over here. Let's see now, what line am I going up? Yeah, going up here.
You should do tours and fancy. I also what's the big one with Class 7?
Class 7.
And this is interesting, is young men walking around there.
Kagan.
Another of Annie's daughters, Patricia.
Had she got children?
No.
She wasn't married.
God.
She never married. She lived the far side of this estate over here,
Yeah.
and she never married. So there was no descendants there either.
81 though, you're getting better in the years.
Yeah,
and so
even
that's
though
pretty,
she died
crazy.
of breast cancer.
No way.
Yeah. I 81.
Even
Yeah.
back 7 years ago.
Yeah.
That's mad, isn't it?
She'll be 7 years dead now in June. And she has a brother, the only lad that was in, and he never married. So he took that because he's going to be buried there as well. The two of them worked on the farm and they never married.
Yeah.
So he took that plot for himself as well. So now up here, you have Molly. And Molly's another first cousin of your dad's. She was Molly Findlay. Margaret up there was her mother.
Yeah.
Mother, yeah.
Remember Margaret, my grandmother?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is a daughter of Margaret's, Molly.
This is your auntie.
That's my Aunt Molly, yeah. Sister of my mother's. Yeah. They had an anniversary mass last Sunday, so they were down and they put on flowers.
In March and April, aren't they?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, he died the day after his birthday.
Because
Right.
Nana was the
Oh.
same. Nana died, was it the 15th or 16th of March? Nana was.
16th of March,
I think it was the 16th of
Yeah,
March, yeah, just
16th of
before.
March.
Because remember.
1966.
66, yeah.
Yeah.
Because remember, we were supposed to go to a disco or whatever. It was a record up at that time or something, and we weren't allowed because Nana was after dying. And I remember at the time, the only time the television was put on for a month was for the news. We're on the 6 o'clock news,
And turned it
and as
off.
soon as the news was over, the television was turned off. For a whole month, it wasn't allowed, or the radio. They weren't allowed there because that was the thing at the time.
Yeah, yeah.
You didn't have.
That happened everywhere. That
Yeah.
happened around here as well.
That's
Yeah,
mad.
I remember.
I actually remember Isabella dying because they wanted my grandmother to go to the funeral and she said no, she was too old. So aunts and uncles of mine went up to Newbridge,
Yeah,
and I remember that. I was
Yeah.
10. I was born in 56. That was 66.
And this, okay.
I remember it.
Dark
Right.
mother.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Yeah. Right.
Your
I have to write. I have to see it written down. I can't.
oh.
Yeah, I miss this.
I know, I'm better off, if I get someone I can relate to, that's why I was saying to
Yes,
myself
yeah.
coming here today, I'll have to relate to Ned,
Yeah.
and then let you sort it out
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
after I relate to Ned.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know, that's the only way I
Oh
can do
my
it.
gosh, mad.
I know. So I'll show you the schoolhouse here now.